Hey cat lovers, I hope you're doing all right. I am in a hotel in Tower Hill. I decided to have a kind of mini staycation and I'm going to Lost Property Hotel, which has an afternoon tea. This is an afternoon tea that I found on Groupon. I'll put some information up here if it's still on Groupon. I think it will be. It's been on Groupon for a while. My last afternoon tea was a high-end one, £150 afternoon tea, and I'll be honest, I was a little bit underwhelmed from paying that amount of money to what I got and the whole general afternoon tea. So what I'm going to do is do high-end Groupon. So we're going to alternate it. So we're going to see what this afternoon tea is like. It's about a half an hour walk from where I'm staying. I was going to get the train and I thought, you know what? If the weather stays dry, I'm going to walk. It's a half an hour walk. I don't mind walking. The city is interesting because when I was a lot younger, I used to work in the city and I loved it. I loved working in the city when I was younger. I think you do, you know, the sort of bustle of that. I used to work for a bank, like the head office. But would I work in the city now? Hell no. There's no way I'd want to work in the city now. No. So it's nice to be here as a kind of sort of tourist, you know what I mean? So it's about 1:45 now. I'm going to be leaving at 1:45 if I'm walking this afternoon tea, and we'll see what it's like. The last Groupon afternoon tea I had wasn't that good. We'll see if this one is any better. Hey cat lovers, so let's get on with the review. So the restaurant is called Found and is part of the hotel, which is called Lost Property. So Lost Property, Found. I think that's quite cute. The inside was really nice actually. It's a really nice sort of restaurant. There was only a couple of people in there. It was very, very quiet. But they obviously were expecting me and I got served pretty quickly. They asked what I wanted to drink and I had a choice of coffee or tea. I went for lemon and ginger tea. It was just standard tea bag. And then the sandwiches were really nice. I had a little salmon sort of roll, mini roll, and then I had like 3 sandwiches and they were all really good actually. Bread wasn't hard, good quality. And then the scones, I had a plain and a raisin, and again these were good scones. Had a choice of, not a choice, we had the cream and raspberry jam, and then the sweets. So it's obvious that these sweets are kind of bought in. They're not made there. They kind of buy them in bulk and then they're like frozen, because the little eclair I had when I bit into it was still clearly frozen. I had it defrosted properly. Same with the sort of big show bun. When I was eating it, I was like, why does it feel like I'm eating bits of ice? Because it hasn't defrosted properly. I have no issue with you buying in pre-made desserts, but please make sure that they're defrosted properly. Because why am I eating ice? Why am I eating ice? The other desserts, as you can see, they weren't that nice. But I think, obviously, when it comes to Groupon and voucher afternoon teas, this is the standard that you're going to get. So it's fine. But like I say, make sure that your desserts are like properly defrosted. Like, don't give me partially defrosted desserts. In terms of the service, it was okay at the beginning, but I kind of felt it was a little bit impersonal. But then again, what do I expect from this Groupon afternoon tea? But service should still be to a certain standard, shouldn't it? So for what I paid for, it was actually okay. It's probably one of the better Groupon afternoon teas that I've had. So yeah, I think it is still available on Groupon. If you go and check, you can still do this afternoon tea. I went on a Friday afternoon. I'm not sure if you can do it at the weekend. I don't know, because sometimes with these Groupon afternoon teas, it's limited to the days you can do it on, which is why it's discounted. But I think go and check and see what days you can do it on if you want to try it out. Let me know in the comments if you tried this Groupon afternoon tea, and if you've tried Groupon afternoon teas in general, because I think it's still something that people don't really know much about. I mean, they've heard of Groupon. I would have thought most people have heard of Groupon, and some of you may have heard of Voucher. But the fact that there are loads of afternoon teas, and they're not just in London either. There are afternoon teas all over the UK, so you don't have to be London based to try them. But if you want a treat, and I've said this before, and you haven't really got a lot of money, or you're watching your budget, Groupon and Voucher for like afternoon teas, brunches, like dinner, restaurants, spa days. It's a really good place to try. Until next time, Kate lovers.